You may ask, what is this video? And Kayla, why are you making it? Well, I was supposed to make this video as soon as I turned 16, but I end up not doing it. And basically, I'm so late that it's March 26th. I'm gonna basically explain how, since when I turned 15 till before I turned 16. And throughout this years, did quite a few things. I've did a lot of first times and stuff like that. We're gonna start with my birthday party. Okay, my birthday party, it was me, Kirsten, Larissa, Cameron, Gavin, Memphis, and Caleb. And it was a fun day. Probably my best birthday I'd ever have, because I actually had girls over. Surprisingly, yeah, girls. And I was in the 9th grade at this time. We rode Ranger out in the backfield, and we rode four-wheeler, and I was when Gavin tipped over the four-wheeler. That was probably my funniest part. Okay, October to Montana. It was me, Jacob, and we went to Montana for our antelope hunting. It was fun. Basically, second time going to Montana, so it was like we hunt. It was a lot of walking and hot and cactuses. A lot of cactuses. Like when I crawl and stuff in the ground, I would get cactuses in my hands, in my feet. It was very painful. Very painful. A couple months later, I got to join Tech. It's a church group. I loved it. It was so much, I wouldn't say fun, but it was a good experience. Like, you meet a lot of new people. I met someone, and I don't know, Future K, if you remember, Madison. You would probably know her, remember her. Because I right now, 15, so at the time, was very good. And it was probably a fun experience. Like, I'm very shy, and yeah. Be surprised. Your 15-year-old was shy. That was in November when we went to Tech. And we were there for a whole week. You probably remember Kayla. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You remember Kayla. Your BF. You don't remember who your boyfriend was during 15-year-old? I'll give you hits. Starts with a P. Can you guess it? Yeah, Peter. Yep. So, you went to your first formal. Remember, you wore your dress and you danced, and then it was fun. First formal. You done that when you were 15. And that was in November when you had your formal. You had to dress up and stuff. Took some pictures. Then you'd go to, I'd say, December. And then you had Christmas. It was when you got your PS4. That was a good Christmas, wasn't it? And then, between starting in January is when you kind of go downhill, you know? Remember that time? The downhill time? Wasn't the greatest. You know. Was not the greatest. And then you go to also January, actually, it was the end of December. When you're 15, remember when you played varsity? It was in Canada. You played your first varsity game, and then you got your first varsity points in Canada. You got 4 points. 1 layup and 1 jumper. You were so pumped. Like, it was so much fun. You got to play twice for varsity. Good job. I was such a baller. We were such a baller. Then towards the end of your basketball, it was awards nights. You got a pin for your letter, and you got a plaque for the Woodchuck Award. you know, just to show. I think it was just because I didn't complain. But Mr. Friedland said, "You didn't complain. You just balled it up." Now we get to like January, towards the end of January. Most stuff was during February, but January, I forgot to mention this, was when you start your obsession with Top. That's what I'm listening to right now, currently. Top started around January, end of January. You only know 4 songs, and then towards, I want to say April. April is when you started your obsession with soccer. Basically, 2016 was when you started loving soccer. WNT and the NWSL. You watched soccer every weekend. Then we go towards, I want to say, before school ended, about around beginning of May, is when you went to your first college thing. But you went to UND basketball. After the whole basketball team went on a trip with Mr. Friedland and went to Grand Forks and watched UND versus Montana, I want to say it was. You still got the tickets, if you still got the tickets. It was fun. You bought dots. Dots are pretty good. Almost caught a t-shirt. If you would have jumped, but if you would have jumped, you would have hit an old lady. Remember that? I remember. Because, like, you were by Maddie, and then they shot a t-shirt. You were gonna jump. There's an old lady, and you didn't wanna, fall onto her. Then we come around to May, the middle of May, when track is coming to an end. It was the regional track meets. You ran the 800 and then the 4x8. You were gonna run the 400, but you end up not doing it. But you still have the video, hopefully you do. You ran it in a 2:46. You took 8th in regionals and 1st in your heats. There's 2 heats, you took 1st. And you were 1st all the way through. Like, besides probably the straightaway, that was when you caught up, and then boom, you ran. You took 8th in regionals. Like, that was the proudest moment we, us, ever felt. Right before like school ended, you go on to your trip to Minnesota. 15, you went to Minnesota for not really the first time, but the first time that you remember. And it was an 8-hour drive. You went to the Theater of Cassette, where it was a fancy restaurant, and they performed Beauty of the Beast. And you had good food. You dressed up nice. You wore a dress, believe it or not. You wore that black dress to the dinner. You were roomed with Santana and Maddie. The next morning you went to see your choir. You sung in front of these old people. You saw the zoo. You went on a zip line. Remember when you went on that zip line ride with Maddie? Then the last day, basically. Well, not the last day, but during that time, we went to the Mall of America. First time ever being in the Mall of America. I remember, it was like, it's so huge. You went on rides. You went on a roller coaster. You never been on a roller coaster, like an actual roller coaster. Prom. You did not go, because no one asked you, and you didn't want to go. So you're kind of glad that you didn't get asked. And do you regret it, not going? I would give you my opinion, but I don't really know. Do you regret not going? Remember at prom, you were basically there. You saw the Grand March. You weren't in it, and then Maddie, you went to the prom, the dance. And everyone was dressed, and you were just wearing your black curly sweater, jeans, and your hair was that little pullback thing. And then you went to the after prom, and you were on the bouncy houses. Remember, you're doing all those flips, and then those little tricycles, those little races. So you're basically there. It's basically after school ended. Maddie asked you to come over. You guys had a campfire. And that's when you had a makita. Yeah, makita. Not really. It was just no, you didn't. But you know what I'm talking about. Me and you, Kayla, you know what we're talking about. Then it's towards the middle of June. You go downhill again. Remember that good old time? It was for a whole week. You only did it for a week, and you know what I'm talking about. A whole week you did it. And yeah, I'm not going to debt, but that's what happened in June. And then we go towards the end of June, when you and Maddie went into the parade. You went to the parade first time. You never been in the parade before, and you got to go with the parade, and it was with Maddie. You guys were riding on the little four-wheeler, and then that was the night you didn't end up staying. You were four with her. You guys rode around town for a bit. But good luck for you, Kayla. Remember when, probably July, maybe, I want to say, where we're at right now, is when you ollied over 3 boards. 3 1x1s. Your progression, Kayla. 15. Whole year. Learned how to ollie over 3. Yeah, and then towards the end, you started to learn how to 180 ollie. And it's the middle of July, and you and your sister and your cousin Shayla went to the fair. Remember when you had to babysit Cade? He wasn't even 1 yet. He was just a little mushkit. And you went to the fair by yourself. Remember when you thought like Shayla was gonna hang around with you guys? But here's your money. There you go. And we're like, oh, okay. So you and Kylie were at the fair. You rode all the big rides, basically. You were either. It was like 10 o'clock. Remember when you went back to the hotel? It was the last day or night you were staying or something. And I'm sure. Did you guys eat? No. And then you got money, and it was like 10 o'clock, and you ate there. You ate a bucket of fries. You ate a bucket of fries. A bucket of fries. Ugh. The EDA was catching up with you. Just kidding. No, it wasn't. Shut up. Let me get to August. Remember good old August? You went on your 3-day fishing trip with your father, because the raffle ticket to go to Minnewacan to go fishing. You must remember that trip. We caught a lot of fish, and you were in like the most coolest place ever with about 8 rooms, and you slept downstairs while Dad slept. It was fun. You had a tour guide, and it was just you, Kylie, and Dad, and you guys went on a fishing trip. It was a fun time. And then school starts. Sophomore year, 2016. You're 15. You start your sophomore year. Oh my gosh, Kayla, what are you thinking? I am growing up so fast. You're how many years / days / weeks older than me? Sad thought when you really think about it. You rode the bus on your first day of sophomore year. And then basically every time school starts, you wait a couple weeks, and then you always wait for the bash of the year. The only time you get to have fun. Well, not really, but like the only time you get to have fun with your friends, you know? Remember when it's September? This is basically September, before I turned 16. Your best friend's, well, your best friend at the time's birthday. Good old Maddie's birthday. A good thing to start off your sophomore year, and a good year to end your 15-year-old. You remember her birthday. Crazy nights. You didn't do nothing bad. If you were, you do nothing bad. It's just crazy about a Tatum, and the cops came. Oh, when I think about it, that's crazy. It's really crazy. And then, couple of days, you learning how to be a sophomore. You're getting your stuff together. And now, it's September 12th. You did nothing. You're still a 15-year-old. Couple more hours before you turn 16. And that'll be in the next year. I'll probably, hopefully, do this on ArtCut, because literally I was supposed to make this like, I just didn't do it. I don't know, it's just because of the setup, like this. It's literally snowing outside. Or not, no, it's nice outside, and I don't know, I just didn't want to do it. I couldn't find it. And I just decided to do it today. March 20, what? I decided to do it today, March 26th. Yeah, it's literally almost half before my birthday goes. But it's all of this I already said is probably not very accurate, Kayla, because, you know, brain ain't all there. But what you did when you were a 15-year-old. And right now, I'm a 16-year-old. I was supposed to be saying that when I was 15? Yeah, I was supposed to be saying that. I was supposed to be saying all this stuff on September 12th. Nope, it's March, and I'm 16 telling a 15-year-old story. But hopefully next time I do it. So, if you're looking back at this, Kayla, you're doing pretty fine so well. Little ups and downs. It's adventure places you've never been to a lot. Hopefully, when you're 16, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing in the future, but I just hope, whatever you're doing, be smart. Be smart. Right now, I'm smart. Like, I'm just gonna tell this how I'm still 15. Because I already know basically what you've done half of your 16 years. I guess. How do I end this video? I don't know. How do you end a documentary of you? Why do I do these? I don't know. It's because one day I'm going to be old to do something. Wait, what? No. One day I'm going to be old. I'm going to look back at these and I'm going to be like, wow. Wow. Videoing me just to see my voice and how I experience. Trust me, I look better than this right now. And this is Kayla Persian, and I am signing off to you. Till next time. Till 2017. Me turning 17. Till I turn 17, I'll see you. Till I turn 17. This is me. Goodbye.